Well, hello there. Welcome to Broadway Radical. We're going to talk about musicals. Today we're talking about Hairspray the musical, not to be confused with Hair the musical or Hairspray the cosmetic item. It's very light in tone and in depth, but by God, are we going to read so far into it? Theater professors will be writing counter theses to it in 30 years. So, summary. So we're in Baltimore, right? And Tracy Turnblad's like, "Good morning, Baltimore." And the sentient being known collectively as the city of Baltimore is like, "Why, good day to you, young miss." And she goes to school real quick, and then she's like, "Hey, best friend Penny, let's go watch that television show we like, featuring Corny Collins. You know, the Corny Collins Show." And Penny is like, "Oh yes, I also like the Corny Collins Show, featuring everybody's favorite Collins, Corny." And then Corny Collins is like, "Hey, one of our teen dancers is pregnant, so come on down and replace her." And Tracy's like, "BRB, Mom, gonna go down and replace her." And her mom's like, "No, you can't, we're fat." And Tracy's like, "You don't think anyone's gonna objectify me as a woman to the point where my every minute flaw and detail are meticulously scrutinized and blame me for not fitting into their narrow, Eurocentric, racist-ass beauty standards, do you, Ma?" And then that exact thing happens, because of course it does. Also, we're in 1960s America, but honestly, it's literally about the same as now. So, anyway, then Tracy's like, "Ah, dang it." And then she goes to school and they're like, "Sweet hairdo, Tracy." Detention. And she's like, "Oh, thank you, dang it." Then in detention, she meets all these colorful characters. They're black because just like today, skin color is considered a crime. Fuck the police. 420. Anyway, and the smooth black dude named Seaweed teaches her how to dance, and she's like, "Thank you for showing me this thing that I will now steal from you and claim as my own, black person. I sure am glad that you were useful to me." So then she goes and does the dance that the black people taught her, and Corny Collins is like, "Wow, what a great dance move that you've invented. You should come on down and replace the pregnant girl." And she's like, "Sick." But then the white producer lady, who is basically just a regular suburban mom, is like, "Oh no! How could you do this, Corny Collins? I should fire you." And he's like, "You can't fire me. I'm Corny Collins, everyone's favorite Collins and everyone's second favorite Corny." So then Tracy's house is getting mad calls from people, including this one dude who's like, "Hey, I like to fetishize large women, and you happen to be both large and a woman. It's perfect. Come let me endorse you." And then Tracy is like, "Hey, Mama, welcome to the 60s. It's great." And she's like, "Do we still have racism?" And she's like, "We sure do." Then at school, this chick Amber is jealous of Tracy because her boyfriend Link sang a song to her, and so Amber throws a ball at her, but it just makes Link like her more. And she's like, "Ah, dang it. Curse you, Turnblad." Also, Penny and Seaweed like each other too now, and they're like, "Hey, Tracy, come do not school things with us." And she's like, "Sick." And then they go to Seaweed's mom's record shop, and they're like, "Hi, Seaweed's mom." And she's like, "Hello, I am a big, sassy black woman. That is the one character archetype I can be. Also, everything I say rhymes for no goddamn reason. I also dyed my hair blonde because I like to look white. Yes, sirree, I sure am a real fleshed out character, not clearly written by white people to make themselves feel better." And they're having a great time, but then, oh no! It's racism. And Tracy's like, "I know how to help you black people defeat racism. We should go protest peacefully. It'll be great." And everybody's like, "Yes, lead us, white woman." And then they all get arrested for protesting because the government protects your freedom of speech right up until they're not quite comfortable with it anymore. And silencing undesirables is what the police are for. And all the white people are like, "Ah, yes, finally I can drive my car down this road without people wanting me to understand that they're being systematically brutalized in every conceivable way. Sick." Later, Tracy's dad comes and bails everybody out of jail, but Tracy is forced to stay because reasons. And then Tracy's dad and her mom are like, "Ah, dang it, we're poor now. It's so hard being such good saviors. Also, hey, I still find you sexually attractive, and that means you represent some value to me." So then Link bursts into the jail Tracy's at and sets her free because they have terrible security, I guess. But also Seaweed goes and sets Penny free because her mom has tied her to the bed for being naughty, and all couples are like, "Ah!" like your face. So then everybody meets at Seaweed's mom's place, and Tracy's like, gee, it's so unfair that the show is still segregated. And Seaweed's mom is like, I'll say. So then they bust into the recording studio where the show is being shot, and Tracy wins a prize for being the best to whatever. But then she's like, no, I don't want a crown. I want this hot guy and equality. So then the show is magically integrated from that point on, and the whole country was ready to accept black people as entertainment, you guys. And the governor pardons Tracy and gives her a full scholarship, and Link gets a recording deal, and Penny's mom just stops being racist, and everybody stops being so racist, and Tracy's like, you can't stop the not racism. And then she saw racism forever. Yay! End scene. So I want to shit on how bad this musical has white savior syndrome, but I could do a whole episode on that. And in fact, I have on my complimentary series, Musical Rants, and I'll provide the link below. But instead of talking smack, I'm going to focus on the aspect of direct action. I'm going to talk about the faction that was made as a reaction to being made slaves, paid wages less than a fraction, laughing stock of the rich, white, moderate that's on display. The topic today is the struggle of the black population. Alright, so the whole time we're focusing on the white people. Even when they're talking about the black people, it's like they're talking about saving a puppy, or the way straight people talk about gay rights, if that gives you any indication. We never get to see them in the spotlight, basically, until they take it. They are forced in varying degrees and with varying measures into the background, playing a cameo in their own stories. The use of force against them is the story. More than Jim Short's and Colin's corny scenes, there is a tension beneath. No dance could come between. Basically, nothing's changed. It stayed the same. They had Negro Day, and we complain with as a black lead in Star Wars, but more and more hordes of people are having it explained plainly. In the streets stained and paved with blood, nothing but action breaks through the facade. No appeals can be made, not even to God, that would change the way a nation looks at its own people. A steeple on fire is like a sequel, just the same. It is only when they break into the building and take the stage against the agents of disgrace standing against them that the voices of the people can be heard, and every word broadcast to the world, everyone heard. But they made a mistake when they gave it away. They ought to have stayed and made every day Negro Day. Nonviolent protest only works against an enemy with a conscience, and white people are unconscious when it comes to the issues we face regarding race. But there's a place for blacks to be, and it's not in the background. Sad to see them leave when it's clear from the elements of plot that begging and pleading only got them caught, and everything will go back like it was unless a permanent establishment regarding trade and end of today's slavery can be made. And as I write this, I'm aware that I'm white and I fight the notion of guilt. How many we've killed, but me feeling sad is useless. I could prove this twice. They don't need nice. It's a fight, but we are only kicking in. Thanks to us, they can't even say kicking out without us judging the way they use their language. It suffices to say that anguish has happened enough. There's no time to be nice. We don't need martyrs anymore. We need life. We need to acknowledge our own prejudices and those that are ingrained in our systems, and stand with our brothers and sisters of color wherever they need us, however they need us, because we need them more than they need us. Reflect on this truth and consider it wisely. Velma von Tussle is not going to give you freedom just because you asked for it nicely.
Hi guys, thanks for watching the video. I know it got a little heavy there at the end, but that's what we do here. I'm just trying to bring it up a little bit. Speaking of which, so as I was Google searching for Hairspray images, I came across, and I was looking specifically for Motormouth Maybelle, and I come across this one on Google Images, which is a cesspool, and it said introducing Motormouth Maybelle, and below it was the whitest white woman I have ever seen. Just got a text, unpopular. And then I was like, what is this? Is this a joke? And then I clicked on the page in the production company, introducing Little Inez, sour cream. Introducing Seaweed J. Stubbs, like the most mayonnaise boy. The spindly spaghetti noodle motherfucker. And then I looked through the rest of the pictures, and then I got to Tracy. And it was like, introducing Tracy Turnblad. Picture of like literally like an average looking girl. Like not, you know, she should be big, and she wasn't really that big. She was just sort of, you know, regular sized. And I don't know what the plot of that Hairspray would be. They won't let me in because instead of Negro Day, it would be literally, I don't know. I'm so distressed over it. And I would never have gone without, I could have gone my whole life without seeing that. And I did it for you. So I hope it's worth it. I've seen some shit. Lipstick's good. Still got that on. Do you like it? I like it. It's okay. I still like girls a lot. Anyway. Subscribe if you want. Like the video if you want. Love you. Got you, girl. And or boy. And or gender fluid, agender, whatever you are or aren't. Alright.